Can a non-Muslim go to Mecca? This is a very good question. And the answer is yes, after they accept Islam. After they accept Islam, they can go to Mecca. But as a non-Muslim, they are not allowed to enter into the city of Mecca. The second question, what is the real Islam? Maybe the person came late because we've explained this. And third question, do Muslims believe in repentance? And the answer to that question is yes. Muslims believe in repentance, but the repentance in Islam is not like the repentance in other religions. I'll give you an example. In the time of Moses, for those of you who are Christians, you may not know this, but in the time of Moses, if a Jew committed a sin that necessitated repentance, then an innocent member of that Jew's family had to take a knife and kill one of them, that person who committed the crime. Death was that which was the payment for repentance. In Islam, repentance is simply seeking the forgiveness of Allah, having remorse and extreme regret for what the person has done, vowing within inside of themselves to never go towards that thing or anything like that again. And if it is a crime against a fellow human being, whether it is a Muslim or a non-Muslim, for instance, stealing, then that person, as a part of the repentance, they have to return that thing, that right, to that Muslim or that non-Muslim. All of this is a part of repentance in Islam. In fact, the system of repentance in Islam is something that a Muslim does every single day of their lives. Every single day of their lives, and there's no need for an intermediary or an intercessor. The next question, what is the purpose of the beard? Why do the Muslim men wear beards? There are a couple of reasons. But the number one reason is because Allah and His Prophet told us to do it. That's the number one reason. We do it because we're commanded to do it. The second reason is because it is one of those things that distinguishes the man or the male from the female. And you'll find even some animals that have things like this. Look at the chicken and look at the rooster. The rooster has something that distinguishes him from the chicken. And it's very strange how in this present day and time, people have a problem with the beard when we look at the predecessors, the forefathers of this country, America, we find many of them, including presidents of the United States, wearing beards. Many of them. You can pull out your money right now and you can find maybe the picture of some of those presidents with beards. So the beard is something that distinguishes the male from the female. It is a sign of masculinity and it is a sign of honor for the man. And there are other reasons. Which is older, the Bible or the Quran? This question is a good question, but it's a loaded question. This question is a very good question, but it's a loaded question. For if I were to answer the question in the affirmative, saying that the Bible is older than the Quran, then someone might say, then why don't you follow the Bible when the Bible was first? We just got the word that a young lady has just accepted Islam. That a young lady has just accepted Islam. And we congratulate you, whoever you are, for embracing Islam. If you notice, our women listeners, if you notice, we did not bring that woman to the stage. We did not parade her in front of the men, but rather she accepted Islam and she remained with the women. And there's a lot of wisdom in this. As for which is older, the Bible or the Quran, we would tell you that the Quran is older than the Bible. And that the Bible, in its true essence, is older than the Quran. That the Quran is older than the Bible that you have today. But that the true Bible is older than the Quran. Older meaning it was revealed before the Quran. But the source of both of them, the Bible of old, that was really given to Moses and really given to Jesus and really given to David and those prophets of old, that book, those books, which doesn't have the word Bible in it, because there's no place in the Bible that you can find the word Bible mentioned. There's no place in the Bible that you can find the word Bible mentioned, like the Quran has the word Quran mentioned. So what Bible are you talking about? The Quran is older than this Bible, but that book which was given to Moses and Jesus and Abraham and the prophets of old came before the Quran, and they both came from the same source, from the Lord of the worlds, Allah. Are the Bible and the Quran interchangeable? No, they are not. Not this Bible. But there are things that are mentioned that are from Allah. And there are things that are mentioned that are not from Allah. Meaning in that book called the Bible, but they're not interchangeable because the Quran is the final revelation to all mankind. The next question, which seems to be, something on the back. Why is it that Muslims can have more than one wife? The question really should be, is it permissible for a man to sleep with as many women as he wants to without being married? That should be a question. Is it permissible for a man to have a girlfriend in Christianity? Is it permissible for a woman to have a boyfriend in Christianity? That should be the question. That should be the question. As for a man having more than one wife, there are many reasons and there are many wisdoms. And you will really, truly never understand the reasons until you understand who is the creator of the heavens and the earth and made legislation for that in the Quran. Why a man may take a maximum of 4 wives. A maximum. It is because men are the maintainers of women. And men are the providers of the women. And the women are not left to themselves to protect and maintain themselves. But rather it is their husbands that take care of them. It is their husbands that take care of them. So we find, as we found in the past, the need for women to be taken care of. The need for women to be provided for. The need for women to be protected. We find it in the past and we find it today. And this is one of the many reasons why Islam allows a man to do that. So if a person asks the question, why isn't it that a woman can't have more than one husband? I think that even you who are non-Muslims would find this to be abhorrible. I think that you as non-Muslims would find this to be something that would be abhorrible. Because we know that the man, even in your religion, if you are Christian, has been given a place of honor and nobility from the Lord of the worlds above the woman. You yourselves have this in your book. So how could it be that a woman would have 2 people over her dictating to her and maintaining her and supervising her and her to obey two men at the same time. This is something that is unimaginable or unthinkable.